Well, for more on this, let's bring in Steve Okun, founder and CEO at APAC Advisors. Steve, good to speak to you. Let's focus on trade then first. What are you looking out for with this trip?
Well, I think Southeast Asia and frankly, much of the rest of the world is nervous as Trump heads to Beijing, because one of the key questions is, will there be some agreement where the U.S. trades tariffs for purchases that China needs to make, for access to rare earths that the United States needs? And if the U.S. lowers tariffs on China or doesn't raise them from where they are, yet goes ahead with raising tariffs on Southeast Asia, as they plan to do in July, when the 301 investigations on labor, unfair labor practices, and excess capacity goes into effect, that means that China's tariff with the rest of the world will come lower. It makes China much more attractive, and you could see more investment going back to China from Southeast Asia. So a lot of nervousness as to what Donald Trump is going to do with tariffs on a relative basis.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those countries will be watching these things, because these two countries talking impacts so many nations around the world. What else do you think will be a part of the focus? We know artificial intelligence has been big on the agenda in the business space, in the tech space. Will that be a part of the discussions as well, do you think?
If artificial intelligence does come up, and I frankly hope it does, I think a lot of people hope it does, is because there's a real recognition of the dangers that artificial intelligence can cause. And there should be some kind of channel between Washington and Beijing to address those risks, the cyber risks you get from AI enabling attacks, the financial stability issues that can come out if there's an attack on the financial sector, national security issues such as AI controlling weapons. So no one expects any agreement on how to limit those risks. But the first thing you need is establishing communications mechanisms between the U.S. And China. And look, that's something that Joe Biden talked about with President Xi in November of 2024. Hopefully, Donald Trump and Xi Jinping will take this further forward.
Yeah, hopefully the dialogue will continue, not just on that front, but on many others as well. There's so many things that these two leaders are going to be talking about, so many issues that impact both countries and in fact, the rest of the world. What do you think will look like a win for President Trump when he comes out from this?
Well, here's the problem. The core issues the United States has with China that go back decade plus are not on the table. China is not going to address its unfair trade practices, the state subsidies, IPR theft, forced technology transfers, an unlevel playing field, things like the dual circulation policy China has, made in China 2025. None of that is on the table. So what success would be is going to be extraordinarily limited. And frankly, if you can have the fastening of the first button of bilateral relations and some stability between the U.S. and China, so that this current status of, frankly, an adversarial relationship doesn't get worse, that would be a win.
All right, Stephen, we'll leave it there, but thanks for giving us that context and your thoughts as always. Steve Okun, founder and CEO at APAC Advisors. Now we'll be here in the hours ahead here in Beijing.